On this episode on Make or Break, we're going to find out if this is the biggest disaster I have ever made. And if this face has anything to do with it, it might be. Or could this be the best build of the century? Let's go find out.
Welcome to Hard Up Garage.
So on this episode of Make or Break, the Dodge Charger in its full glory is back at the Wrigley farm. The master mechanic Josh Wrigley is going to look over the car with me. We're going to work out what we've got, what we haven't got, what's missing, what fits, what doesn't fit, what should be there, what shouldn't be there. And I've had so many comments in the thousands and thousands of views that last video I had telling me that this car is not a 1970 car because of the front end. We're going to explain all of that. Let's get to it. So first of all, we're going to get down to the nitty gritty. And each one of you chaps out there I've been having arguments with have been telling me that these doors are different between a 68, a 69 and a 70. I can assure you they are not. So there is a big louver panel that does cover up this on a RT, which is very, very similar, but that's a different model. It's a little bit like having a Ford Focus and a Ford Focus RS. It's a trim package which goes over. Obviously this car is a 70.
Have you just compared the Dodge Charger RT to a Ford Focus RS?
I just did that out loud.
Viewers
Of
at
its
home
time.
are actively vomiting now.
Of its time. There isn't a muscle car or a sporty
This is
version
the
of
Fiesta ST of muscle cars.
So first of all, these wings, okay, so this whole front end, don't be fooled, is a 1969. So that wing there, forward, is a 1969.
Is this the car that you procured a 1970 Charger front end from?
Yes, I've got
Is
the
this
70
that
front
car?
end. Yes.
This is it.
So 5 years ago I went and saw Tim and I purchased the front end. So I've got 1970 front wings, which I'll show you what a 1970 looks like on the screen right now.
It's a 1.9 and then a 7.0.
Thank you very much.
All right.
So 1970 wings, which are different, 1970 bonnet, which is different, and a 1970 grille, also different. But this car here, if you get over here and have a look, it's had a lot of work in this engine bay. So you can see the weld marks down the inner edges of both of these. You've also got a plate welded in here, and also some more welding you can see around here. Our hinge brackets are over there and there, and inside the car shortly we're going to go around it. But first of all, I think we need to take this panel off, because this panel, although it's been designed, this tin of oil drain bucket has been designed to keep water and dust out, has actually had an opposite effect. This panel here has in fact been keeping moisture inside and been dropping the moisture on top of the engine, and it is rusted on there. Ooh. But there you go. So hopefully we'll be able to put a bit of oil down here. On the last episode you saw us turn the engine over and we guaranteed that the engine moved nice and smoothly, and I believe this engine is out of a Winnebago, which means this will be a low compression, low horsepower engine, but we could do lots to this to make it faster.
Than a Winnebago then.
A Loserbago, that's it. But she is still a 440 Mopar big block, which is ideally perfect for this wagon. A lot of the people at home were going to be asking why it hasn't got a fender tag. So a fender tag is the American vehicles, this is a Belgian one. So the VIN tag that we got for this vehicle is slightly different, and I'll show that in the pictures and blur the numbers. We've got a standard VIN number up here, which obviously matches our V5 or our, title document here in the United Kingdom. I thought we could go through what's with the car, what's missing from the car, what we need, what we don't have, and what we've got doubles of, because there's going to be parts we're going to be able to sell to bring this bad boy back together. So without further ado, we've got a bonnet here, and we've got bonnet hinges in the car as well, which we'll have a look and see if they line up on here. But Mr. Wrigley, can I pass you some bits and bobs?
You can pass me some bits and bobs.
Right.
I'll be your gopher.
So first of all, these here. So these panels right here go on here and bolt.
Yeah, so I'm assuming they've been filled in a way so that he was evidently going to delete those.
I think so, because they don't fit particularly very well. Is that must tuck behind the wing,
yeah,
and then it follow the contour around like that, which is really cool because these are really hard to get hold of, and they're
not
made
that hard to get hold of really. They're quite small.
Bloody hell. Right, so we've got both our ends of the wing supports. Let's pop them on the floor down here. Right. And then I've got another brand new cord radiator.
Radiator.
It's been reconditioned about 10 years ago and never fitted.
That's good.
So we've got a nice shiny radiator. What else have we got?
We've got some bonnet hinges.
Oh, we've got bonnet hinges. Let's place them on the
One.
There you go. So around here, this should look at that. So our bonnet hinges with a bit of satin black. We've got a pair of them.
Funnily enough, this one goes there.
Lovely. So we've got bonnet hinges.
That's good.
Perfect. That's one thing we don't need. Let's keep digging. Right. Flight risk bag.
Lots of
Oh, okay.
questionable parts.
This is quite cool. So,
Oh yeah.
steering wheel surround, air ducting, headlight bezels. Okay, so there's a bits box. Right, in the bag, Mr. Wiggly, what we got in here? Front calipers. Got no calipers on it, so they're the front calipers. Right.
A real brake pipe, that's handy.
Brake pipe, brake lines, water pump pulley, prop shaft joints, water pump bits and pieces all in the bag. That there is very important. So this part here is our front light door motor. So when it's actuated, it goes one way then the other. In the early 68 cars, they had individual motors. So what you had is the car basically doing a wink. So one door would open further than the other. So that actually allows them to open together. Right there, got a nice dipstick tube.
Oh, that's super rare. That
This is where it gets really special. But why is it super rare?
Well,
Because that there,
give the people at home for a little 5 seconds to see if they can figure it out for themselves. We'll close up.
kilometers. So basically most Dodge Chargers in America, they were mileometers. They have a speeder that had miles on it instead of kilometers, and this one left the factory with kilometers, which makes it super special. Don't want to damage that. It's worth thousands of pounds.
Dipstick.
Dipstick. Dipstick.
Brand new in box. Which is good.
So we have our window runners, our window mechanism, one of them. Brake pads for the front, which is handy because they're not on the car at the moment. A wiper, which we're missing, in stainless steel, which is absolutely lovely. Right, let me put that out of the way because I don't want to break that. Right, what we got in here? Window buffers, window runners. These are torsion bars for the front, so they're front links. They go from the K member back to the front hubs. I'm going to try and... There's a steering wheel mount bracket.
Got some interior bits.
Oh!
Sun visors.
Yeah, we've not got sun visors.
Interior trims.
Oh, look, we've got sun visors. Perfect black sun visors. A-pillar trims. Oh my god, this is the oh my god. So excited! These are arm supports to the rear, throttle pedal, interior mirror, like how rare are they? We've got the indicator lenses for the front wings on the 70, so these won't fit on the 69, they're slightly different. See, they're rectangular and they're square holes. Okay, so that's good.
It might be somewhere else.
We'll keep digging. Interior sun visors I'm really happy with. The inner kick trims, these are going to be brilliant, really easy to repair. What have we got in the back? Got anything else?
Oh,
that is a
thingy bracket.
distributor
bracket.
Distributor bracket, fully painted and powder coated.
Copper P-clips, they're cool.
Oh, brake line clips, they're really nice. Copper ones.
Brake pedal assembly.
Handbrake. Oh, there's a brake pedal assembly.
Yeah, normal brake pedal.
Well, we've already got
one.
We've already got a spare. Cool. So basically, apparently they came with two style of steering wheels back in the day. You had one that the top was cut off on the other one, and this is the full ring, which makes that very rare, and there's no cracks or breaks in it, which means it is in very good condition. Got a pair of bucket seats, so if we do go down the General Lee route, which we'll chat later, we've got some bits to do that if we have to.
We'll pick up.
Oh, we've got the centre console plate as well.
Actually, not in bad condition with a clean.
With a clean up, that will come up really nice. That is your plate, which the gear lever goes through the middle. Is the gear not on there? No, it's not. Oh, there's the glove box cover as well that goes in front of it or behind it, like so. Very nice. Oh, the gear knob's there, look! And I've got this big box of goodies. Right, what we got in here then, ladies and gentlemen? So, wheel bearing kits, K-member bushes, brake cylinders, clips and clips, small dust covers. Oh! Number plates, baby. We're not 007, we're 0007. Look at that. Anyone has got any photos of this vehicle ever, we'd love you to send them over to us so we can go through it. So basically a full brake fitting kit there, ready for us to get involved.
Knob.
Let's have a look at your knob. Original 1970 Dodge Charger gear knob. Look at that, how cool is that? Pop that in there. What else we got in the middle? Any lights?
There it is.
Oh, these. Oh, I'm going to show everyone where these are. Come with me,
Got
lady.
the age it is.
1969, right? 1969.
That doesn't mean that it's a 69 car,
No.
it means that's the year that the lights were produced.
So these guys fit up in here. Like that, you see? They're your reversing lights.
With pre, what, 1990 American
Yeah,
cars?
exactly, yeah.
9 times out of 10, a rough approximation of the age of the vehicle can be found in the coding in some of the rear lights. So those lights have got 69 written on them. So the year that those lights were made was 1969. So chances are they're from a 69 or a 70 or a 71 Charger. So if you're ever looking around shows and you're looking around a car and you're wondering what the age is, you can get a really, really good idea of how old certain cars are, American cars mainly, simply by just looking at the age-related stamp marks in some of the rear lights, and you'll get a rough idea of how old they are. Just a little FYI.
Ho, ho, ho! Joshy, Josh! I hope you can get in that one.
More
Look what
stuff.
I found. More stuff. So right in here, we've got
Pass it out, pass it out.
the right
Share with the group.
rear lights.
Oh, they're the rears, yeah.
They're the rears. Which are pretty cool. We've got a pair of the front indicators that go in the row of Allens.
Oh, that's better. Yeah.
Really cool.
So they're the ones that go in there.
I've got ashtray. I've got a few other bits and pieces, switches and bits and pieces. Oh! Front one, slightly damaged. If any of you at home have got any, I'd really appreciate it. I'll buy them off you.
Yeah.
Front ones. We've got a pair of them. They are broke, but they're usable. I've got a new boot catch.
Lovely, yeah. Which
is good.
We can free that up.
Yep.
Just going to walk free it up because that is seized solid.
But the floors, albeit not been the best welding job in the world,
They are beamed up.
they've been fully replaced.
It's got a bit of bright work.
And
There's some more bright work in the boot, isn't there?
These trims here, if my calculations are correct, I believe that is a lower. Oh, look at what's missing, Mr. Wiggly. That is a lower windscreen trim, and it's the only one that's missing, and it's in the car. There are some other trims missing. Straight away we notice here, that mirror's gorgeous. These trims here, but I believe if you come follow me round to the boot, we've got some more trims in the boot here. So we've got
these.
rear window trim is all in place. That is a spare differential. Can you look through the wheels to see if the drums are on the vehicle?
That side is.
Okay, so I've got spare drums in the boot. So these are spare brake drums. We've got anti-roll bar in here. And then these, I believe, are these trims here. These are your boot springs. So they fit up in here and they give you torsion on the actual hinges themselves. They hold them up. This part here is your rear roof lining trim that goes around the back of the roof and holds it up near the back window.
Spare coil, that's going to work.
That's going to definitely work. And then these also, I believe, are inner trims for the roof lining.
Yeah.
Could do with some loving. Inner stainless steel chrome trims, for these are the inner guides for your drivers and passenger doors, and felts as well, which are actually still rather felty millers.
Not Periston rotten.
Hopefully, I'm really hoping got a spare torque converter, a rad support. But what I'm really looking forward to, guys, which I'm trying to find, I can't see it just yet. I think it's one of these. I believe him is to the other side. Come with me. Look at that. That's one of them. There should be another one that goes on here that follows the line along. People might not know what these are. These are roof lining rods. They go inside the roof lining and hold it up out of your head. For sure. Here you go. It is beat to hell. Very bent, but it's there. That goes round there, like that, with some love. We can get that to fit. And then you have another trim that goes on here, but we'll have to probably purchase them, so I can't see them anywhere. So we've got both lower guide rail trims, full wiring harness, which is good, spare rad. This trim here, which is obviously the deck inner panel, the boot latch we've got. The boot floor looks fantastic, which I'm going to show you some pictures right now of the floor being repaired. And I'll be honest, it's not a perfect job, but it's better than having a holy floor, right? There should be lines in here. There should be a deck lid line, which is a joiner in here as well, which is, it's a shame it's been filled in.
Smooth, yeah.
Underneath you can feel the join, which is right at the back. There should be a nice ridge mark in there. Overall, the parts in the car, really, really exciting. So first of all, a couple of things I've noticed we're going to need. We're going to need some belts. We ain't got no auxiliary belts.
I ain't got a belt either.
Hoses.
Yes.
We're going to need some coolant hoses. Exhaust manifolds, water pumps on. Looks like this has all been rebuilt before it was put back in. It's all been fully painted. There's new bolts everywhere I can see. They have corroded because they've been sat around, but we've got a 4-barrel Holly, hopefully to go on here. So we're going to need a carburetor. We're going to need a distributor, because that's missing as well. Start motor, I can't see.
It's because you're looking the wrong side.
I'm just double checking.
Down there.
You see it?
Yep.
So we have got, we have a starter motor, amazing. We've got
Brake bias.
master cylinders missing.
Master cylinder's missing.
Where is that? I have not seen that.
I can tell you where it isn't.
It's not there.
Not there.
Okay. So we're going to need a master cylinder, we're going to need a distributor, we're going to need a carburetor.
I will say, a lot of these Mopar cars, a lot of them master cylinder brackets and bits and pieces are fairly universal.
Yeah.
So in theory, if you're going to have anything that's missing, a master cylinder and master cylinder bracket isn't the end of the world.
Yeah. I believe this car's a non-air conditioned car because we've got no pipes up at the back there. Let's go down the bottom and I'll show you the other bits, Mr. Wrigley. Come. This bonnet obviously has been repaired. Oh, actually, this bonnet's going to be painted, so don't scream and shout at me, but if you can help me lift it up on one side. Look how well this bonnet has been repaired. It's nice and straight. If you come around this side, if you do the other side, Mr. Wrigley, then he doesn't have to do a lap. Under here, look at that. Yeah. It's had like an air filter modification right in the middle. It's been cut out at some point.
It's been turned into basically a shaker hood, hasn't it?
Yeah. And someone's welded the centre back in there, you see, but obviously they've done a very good job at the filling, and also it looks like it's had bonnet pins up at the top here as well. But that's all stuff that we may have a spare bonnet actually, which I purchased, which is the 70. So should we lift that on the car?
Put it back on.
And everyone gets angry Millers. More angry. A couple of other things I've just noticed which are missing, ladies and gentlemen. I'm missing a secondary wiper. I'm missing an aerial. Bonnet catch is missing. This trim here. If any of you at home have got that trim that goes all the way around there,
And a front badge.
I'd appreciate you. It's not a badge, it's an actual chrome trim, yeah. And down the bottom we've got some more goodies that came with the car. This isn't your normal episode, ladies and gentlemen. I can imagine some of you are a little bit bored, but as over 40,000 of you in 4 days watched that video, the first one, I assume the second video, you'll want to know what it came with. And at the end of this episode, I'm going to ask you what you think we should do with it, which is rather complicated because every part of me wants to do one thing, every part of him wants to do something else, and all of you at home are screaming, tell us to do something else.
But it's a tricky one, isn't it? Because obviously we run a YouTube channel, that's obvious, you're watching. It's your car, you own it. So you want to build something that you're going to want and that you're going to have pride in, so on and so forth. I'm going to have to do a lot of the building.
Yep.
Makes no odds to me, realistically. I've got ideas of things that I would do if it were mine, but it's not. Ultimately, the decision is yours. But we need to keep the viewers engaged.
Yes.
We want to build something that you're going to be happy with. So there's a fine balance.
So first of all, you can see here, this is a original date coded, unstamped. So a lot of these engines would come with a code stamped in them, but this is unstamped, which means it's the Holy Grail because this would have been a replacement engine from factory that turns 3D. Look at that. More parts. So a bumper which hasn't been painted silver.
Oh, it's chrome, yeah.
Chrome, because I don't like the chrome bumper. I'm sorry, it's not really the
silver.
Silver looks awful.
No.
Another wing, which is metal, which these are definitely very sought after. Another steering box, Matt, if you want to come over here. seat belts. Original seat belts in the box. Look at that. Would you look at that? So we've got steering seat belts. We've got another set of Big Block 440 manifolds. Brand new front brake pads and wheel cylinders again. 440 cubic inch cylinder heads. Pull this out the way, Mr. Wiggles.
Ross style.
Right, steering box, new steering box, air filter, spare doors. We've got the Dodge Charger 5. What are these? Where do they go?
I was just trying to work that out.
We'll go over in a minute and we will place
That one front of the bonnet?
No. I reckon that might be boot lid, you know.
Oh, it might
you put
be.
that over there on that car there. We will go and check them out in just a minute. Right, so you've got a spare boot lid. This is the original boot lid, which is, although rotten and a bit beaten up, maybe better than the one up there. We've got A-pillar trims, a spare fuel net. We've got the original mirror, which is quite corroded but not broken, so possibly usable. I'll put that somewhere safe. We've got the original air filter. We've got another steering column, which I've actually got the top part for that in one of the boxes. We've got, these are B-pillars. This is where you slam your door shut. And they have been completely removed with spot welds because obviously they've replaced the rear quarter panels, which I'll show you pictures of right now. The Ross-style wheels are there. These are the aluminium door cards that he made. He made them out of card, but obviously they were aluminium, which I like that look. It's very Fast and the Furious-esque.
Very race car-y, very NASCAR.
2 boot lids, 2 doors, and there's another fuel tank as well. There's the fuel tank. There's a spare fuel tank just there. Nice and handy, Harry. And then this. So this bothers me because I don't like this. This is the aluminium panel that will go across the back, and obviously these are really sought after. It's a Charger 500, slightly different design, which apparently the Charger is a 500, but I don't know if that's true or not. I don't know how to find out, but that is the original tail panel. But yeah, overall we got some goodies here, Mr. Wiggly.
Yeah, I mean, straight away we noticed there's a couple of bits missing. But the bits that you almost can't replace, we seem to have, which is good. Pretty much from what we can see, all of the chrome work and the bright work we've got. Whether we even use it is going to be down the line, because, you know, depending on the theme of the car, depending on how we go with the build.
There's people here in the United Kingdom though that are jumping up and down for these parts. So we're missing a few bits, but that's okay. I'm quite happy with that. I'm just going to go over. My pal here, Matt, is a fantastic photographer. If you get a chance to go follow him, he's on MC Car Media, is that right?
Yeah.
On Instagram, go check him out, he's amazing. I'm going to get him to do a montage of this car. I'm going to load all the bits back in. We're going to do a beautiful thumbnail for you lovely people. So each and every one of you which watched it came from Matt's thumbnail. But let's do a little bit of a sexy montage walking around the car. And then I'm going to finish on the major question. What are we going to do with it? How are we going to make this car the hard up garage car? Are we going to go original? Are we going to go different? I've got a load of ideas. Roll montage. So we have a few options, Mr. Wiggly, and my heart is pounding out my chest to do what I want, and that would be ripping this front end off, okay, putting the 1970 front end on it and making this once again another Fast and the Furious replica. We're also missing an interior, so we wouldn't need that. We need a couple of bucket seats, a roll cage, the 70 front end, a supercharger, a bug catcher, and paint it black. Some 17-inch torque thrusts this and do a Fast and Furious rip. That's option
So
number one.
So that's Hard Up Garage aside.
Yep.
If you were Sam Hard and you were coming to here and you were going to try and talk me into doing a restoration, as Sam Hard, get in the channel,
Yep.
that's what you do.
That's what I do. I'll go all out and do that.
Yeah.
The easiest option, which I had so many comments on, is to paint it orange, put a Confederate flag on the roof, a 01 on the door, and basically get my missus in a pair of hot shorts and call her Daisy Duke.
My problem with that is nearly every Charger round here that I've
In
seen
England, yeah.
is orange, with a 01 on the door, with a Confederate flag on the roof. A friend of ours, a family friend, he built one about probably 15 years ago now. Really, really cool, great. And that was the done thing to do to a Charger a decade ago.
And that would be the quickest way to earn money, basically. I'll paint it orange, get it running and driving, put some stickers on from Abshot Signs, and then this would be a very, very expensive car, because you're appealing to every single person out there that likes
Well,
these.
it's instantly recognisable. You can understand why everybody does it, because, you know, it's a film and it's a franchise that's synonymous with this car, much like the Fast and Furious franchises. But the Fast and Furious franchise is a bit more sort of up to date.
Yeah.
So I can understand. And also, if you haven't seen it, go back onto Sam's channel, onto Hard Up Garage channel, and go back through and look at the NAS Charger videos, and you'll understand why it is that Sam would love to do another Fast and Furious Dom's Charger, because I'm not Sam, and I didn't embark on that because I wasn't on the channel back then. But I can imagine that part of your life is held really dearly to you.
Yeah,
So,
and to relive it and have a
anything
car that I could turn up at shows and be like, that's Dom's Charger, that's gonna be Sam Hard, is a big part of me. The third option is to go back to green, metallic green, put the 70 front end on it, or the 69, depending on what route you take, and put it back to original. You know, that would be an option.
Well, if you're going to go original, you need to go 70.
So there, your 1, 2, and 3 options. 4, 5, and 6 is all much of a muchness, but would basically only rely on some parts that I can only get from America. And that would be to do a Daytona replica. Mrs. Amelia Earnhardt,
Yeah.
she has got a Daytona replica, and in my opinion there's a similarity between a Daytona and a Plymouth Superbird. They're both called wing cars that Mopar brought out in the day, and that would give you your Snoop front end. You'd also have a whacking great spoiler all the way up here. You'd also have to put a closing panel on this rear window to make the rear window completely straight. You put some louvers on the hoods just up here, and you make a Superbird. But this comes in 3 parts. You do an immaculate NASCAR Series 60, Generation 2 Dodge Charger Superbird, all right, and you just do it as a spec of the same racing cars out there, number one.
Like a Daytona.
Like a Daytona. Then the second option is you go down the route of a Joe Dirt replica, which is a ratty and crazy and fun movie car.
A Daytona barn find.
Exactly. Then the third and final option, which also pounds deep in my heart, would be to do a burgundy, deep red, Fast and the Furious Superbird, which is in the London edition. So you've got it red, you smooth the front nose cone into the wings so they're one piece. Go for a metallic, you also lose the rear bumper because you're going to mold that in. You're going to put a big ass exhaust on it. You're going to make it sound amazing. You can tell I'm a little bit excited about this option.
Yeah, I mean, the Superbird thing, that's a cool thing to me. If you don't know what we're on about, seeing as Sam's wearing a Vim Wiki t-shirt, there's a really good Vim Wiki episode. You'd have to search up because I can't remember the name of the guy. And I'm
The link will be in the bio below.
As to the origins of the Dodge Daytona / Superbird, and the reason why they did it. Basically, it was a pointy front and a big wing to be able to sort of eliminate a lot of the drag, because these Chargers were losing at NASCAR. So they had to go to drastic lengths to try and catch up to Ford and keep their racing program, essentially. And we're all about racing. Racing's in my blood and in my dad's blood. You've seen him on the channel a little bit. So I always want to build a race car out of everything. Well, if you're going to build a race car out of a Dodge Charger, you build a Daytona. So that's my part.
I agree with you. So
Even, and this is going to sound really, really childish, but even a blue Daytona
you can't do blue.
from Cars.
No, because that is not a Daytona. That is a Plymouth Superbird.
I know,
Different car.
but they did again, I can't remember the name of the number because this is all ad hoc. There was a blue NASCAR Dodge
There was a
Daytona,
blue one, but it
can't
wasn't a
remember the
Richard
number.
Petty car, yeah.
Yeah.
43 was the number, Richard Petty Superbird. Guys, we are going to leave it there. I think in the next episode, depending how much you love this second episode, we're going to get a distributor, we're going to get a carburetor, we're going to get a coil pack, HT leads, spark plugs.
We're going to see if you can get an inlet manifold gasket. I think it's probably going to be wise to take that inlet manifold off.
I've got a brand new set.
That one you've got down there is the same, but it's clean.
Okay.
So and the last thing we want to do is run that 440 up and fill the balls with rust.
You're right.
And wreck a otherwise good engine. Because
Yeah.
as much as it's not the original engine and we may not use it, they're not making them anymore.
No.
So it's a shame to waste it.
But I think in the next episode, it'd be nice to get the calipers cleaned up and restored. I think it'd be nice to get the brake lines in it, see if we can get a master cylinder, coil pack plugs, all those bits to get it running.
Get some oil in the gearbox. We'll see whether that gearbox is
Exactly. We've got a prop shaft, we've got all these little bits and pieces that we can make it complete. I think before we go down the route of design and style, the most important thing is making sure it runs, it drives, it starts and it stops. And it's probably a good week's worth of work for us, and it's not going to be ready by next week, but you know, there may be an episode on the GT40 or the crazy Corvette I've just bought. But if you get over here quickly and just look, so much work has gone into making that bonnet look right that it's actually warped. We're actually we're up nearly right.
It's not got stops.
No, so she's pretty warped. So this ends up, that ends down, but a little bit of shaping, we can do it. Guys, I want to say a massive thank you. You guys have helped revitalise the channel, bring it back to life. And over the next couple of months, we are going to be stripping down and rebuilding that Mark 1 GT40. We're not going to carry on down the Mark 3 route, we're going Mark 1. It's the most valuable, and with the most valuable monocoque we'd ever had there available, we need to follow suit. We've got some amazing information about that car and the guy that built it as well. We've also got the Snoop DeVille in the background, which is going to be completely stripped down. The full engine and gearbox will be coming out, the welding will be done, the paint will be done, and also the interior will be done. A new roof that will be ready for July for the Olympics, which is going to be very, very important, so not far away at all. And then we've got the GT40, we've got this, we've got a Corvette. I bought a very, very nice 1968 Corvette, which is a 4-speed manual car, which is going to be very cool. There'll be an episode on us just bringing that back. I think you guys at home love the videos that are informative, have a start, a middle and end. The problem you have is when you start doing videos that are, we took the heads off, we took the gearbox apart, it was brilliant. When we hit a wall, people lost the love, they lost the direction. These episodes are going to be more informative, they're going to be more fun, they're going to be more full of this majestic male with his facial hair.
There's going to be no choice. You've got 5, 6 projects on the go.
Yeah.
Bear in mind, you know, we're not a full-time channel. We'd love to be. We'd love to try and stop, you know, doing normal day-to-day work and make this our full-time. But that's a big, big jump.
Yeah.
So we're still doing this as and when we get time. When I've got a free afternoon,
alongside
trying to run my own business and build my own house and so on and so forth. So a lot of the comments I've seen lately have sort of edged to the fact that some of the videos are a bit sporadic. We're sort of, you know, oh, we've been on the Ultima quite a lot, and then we had the show, and then you haven't seen the Ultima. We're not doing that on purpose. It's just that when things come up, you have to jump on them. So we had to go and get the Charger when we went and got the Charger to be able to get it. So we filmed it. I haven't had time to do the last few little bits and pieces on the Ultima. I'd love to, because I can't wait to take it for a drive. But it's just round the corner, waiting. But at the end of the day, this is real life. This is a real world channel, and we're normal people that have got normal jobs. We both run our own businesses, so we're busy. So all we can do is apologise if the sort of the flow of work jumps and changes and throughout. But at the end of the day, this isn't full time for us. We'll get there eventually. We'd love to.
Exactly.
But it's a hobby.
I'm gonna end this with one thing. Please hit that subscribe button, hit the like button and the bell icon, because every time you do that, you'll get notifications when there are new Hard Up Garage and Wiggly wagons being brought back to life. Thank you to each and every one of you amazing 60,000 followers. Thank you for being there from the beginning till now. We're going to keep pushing the channel.
Genuinely, it does mean a lot. I mean, it's easy to say it and it's easy to go, oh, please comment and like and subscribe. But I don't know about you, but I don't watch all of our videos back. I don't need to. I'm in most of them. I did watch the Charger one, and I will say, Matt behind the camera,
Makes
your
difference.
filming work was
We've invested a lot of money in new cameras, new audio equipment, because a lot of people are saying the audio's crap, the camera's crap, you know, and the GoPros are brilliant. And I've always lived on GoPros, but now the channel's growing, the quality's growing, our team is growing. We're doing all right.
We're getting there.
See you next week.
I don't know where there is, but we're getting there.
We're getting there. Thanks for watching, guys. See you next time.
See ya.
Thanks for watching, guys, but now what you got to do is hit that subscribe button, followed by the bell icon. What the bell icon allows you to do is let you know when we release new videos every single week, including this crazy video with Snoop Dogg's Cadillac Coupe de Ville. We're also available on amazing platforms like Facebook, YouTube Shorts, Instagram, and even TikTok. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next week. Keep being amazing.
Sounded like a real anthem. Shawty saw my wallet, now she think a new ransom. Whoa, telling me she wanted me to hammer. Trying to get saved, baby, I am not the answer. No.